Hey guys, it's Dimitri. Welcome to this video. If you're watching, you're probably tired of guessing, tired of chasing alerts, tired of losing money and wondering what you're doing wrong. Well, let me be clear. This is not a quick fix trading tutorial, right? This is a real guide for traders who want to build a system, follow a proven process, and grow the right way. So, I've been trading for a little bit over 4 years now. I've made hundreds of thousands of dollars in the market. But I also lost money early on because I followed fake gurus and Twitter alerts. I learned the hard way, right? So this video is everything I wish I had when I first started trading. You'll learn what really works, what doesn't, and how to grow from 1K to 100K account without actually blowing up. So let's get into it. Chapter 1, why do most traders fail? Well, here's what most traders do. They follow random alerts on Twitter or Discord. They chase volatile trades they don't understand. They over risk on small account. They try to flip them too fast. They trade emotionally. They do revenge trading, fear of missing out, and they let fear control their trades. They never review their trades. They never track progress. And eventually it all leads them to blow up their account and quit trading, right? And this is not what you want. I mean, if this is what you want, then you won't be looking at this video right now. So let's continue, right? I know this because I was doing so as well. I followed trade alerts. I thought I could skip the learning process and just copy others. Well, I lost money consistently as well. And when I finally look back, I realized I wasn't trading, right? I was gambling. Here's the truth. If you don't have a system, if you don't manage risk properly, if you don't understand your edge against the market, you will lose. It's not about luck, it's about discipline and process. So, chapter number 2, here's what you actually need to succeed. Most traders think they need more indicators, more alerts, and a magic signal group, right? But what you really need is a repeatable system. So, a setup that you can execute with confidence over and over again. And it needs to be something simple and proven, not overly complex. Then you have risk management. So the goal is not to avoid losing because obviously everyone loses. The goal is to lose small and to win big. So you need to cut your losses quicker, leave them smaller, as small as possible while following your strategy. And you need to never risk more than 1 or 2% of your account per trade. And that's a maximum that you always should follow. Then you have strategy over prediction, right? So you don't need to know where the market is going, right? If you follow macroeconomics and you know about that, then great. But this isn't what we'll be looking at today, right? You need a plan for what to do if it goes your way or what to do if it doesn't go your way, right? Then this step, most people get it wrong or they just forget about it. But journaling and reviewing your trades, right? So trading is a skill and you don't improve a skill without tracking progress, right? Let's take the NBA, for example. These athletes, like, they have trainers that follow them every day and they track their progress, right? In the gym, everything. Well, trading is essentially the same thing, right? It's a skill. You need to track progress if you want to improve. And last step, you need a mentor or a real community, right? The market is already hard. Trying to do it alone makes it harder, right? Sometimes support and motivation can be the thing that pushes you to the next step. And I built my community because it was the number one thing I didn't have when I first started trading. So obviously you can join for free. The link will be in the description, and we'll talk about that later, right? So let's continue. So chapter number 3, my momentum swing trading strategy. So let's break down the core of how I personally trade. Well, I focus on momentum swing trading because it works. Proven, and it allows you to trade around your schedule without sitting at screen all day. My main strategy is back tested, obviously, and based on the best traders of all time. Last year, it allowed me to more than triple my main portfolio and complete a 500 to $12,500 account challenge in around 14 months. So here's how it works. First, the premise. Buy strength, ride the momentum, and sell before the hype dies, right? Sounds simple. We'll get into details in a second. The time frame I use, um, for trend structure, I use the daily time frame, the daily chart, but for my entry, to be precise, I use the 5 minute or the 1 minute, right? And obviously, I use the weekly for the bigger picture market health and bigger trends, but mostly remember about the daily chart and the 5 minute chart. This is the ones I use most, right? So, entry criteria, well, we want to look for a clean breakout over resistance with volume, a pullback to support after breakout, and a momentum continuation plays, right? So this is exactly what we have right here. So big uptrend in a hot sector. It starts to consolidate right here. Again, tighter and tighter. And on breakout day, you can see right here, the volume at the bottom increased. This is when we enter, sorry. So risk management, stop loss is always set or known before entry. You need to use a position size calculator to never risk more than 1 or 2%, but to be as precise as possible. So I personally calculate every single one of my trades before I enter to be as precise, as spot on my 1% risk as possible. For the take profit strategy, well, I take partial profits at first target. Um, I usually do 40% trim at my first price target, and then I trail my stop after confirmation, right? So I use the 10 SMA, which is simple moving average, to manually trail my stop loss, right? And I never hold just because I hope it goes up. Like never, you should never do that, right? It just basically it breaks your strategy. You break your strategy. You stop following your process, and it will lead you to bigger losses, right? So if you want the full PDF that explains this strategy in depth, it's available. It's available inside my free community, but also I made a full video that breaks down step by step and show live trading example of this exact strategy. So it's on my YouTube. I'll put the link in the description, right? Chapter number 4, how to manage risk like a pro. Well, we've covered, we've already covered a bit about this with risk management, stop losses, how to calculate using a position size calculator to respect your 1, 2% share, right? But risk management is not a suggestion, right? It's survival. I mean, it's the survival of your trading account. So here's the rule. You should never lose more than 1 or 2% of your total account on a single trade, right? So we've already seen this notion. Let's say you have $10,000, right? So 1% is $100. So if your entry is at $20, your stop loss is at 19, then your risk per share is $1. So that means that on a $10,000 account, you can buy 100 shares to respect your 1% risk, which is $100, right? Simple. You're not guessing, you're not hoping, you're executing, right? So I have obviously a free calculator I use to do this in seconds. Link is down below because in this example, you can calculate like on the top of your head, but in real trading, in a real example, like numbers are much more complex than this, and you get it, obviously. So, chapter number 5, how to scale your trading account from 1K to 100K or even past beyond that, right? So, when you're at 1K or approximately, this is where you'll be building your skill, right? So your job is not to grow fast. It's to trade clean, build discipline, and track consistency, right? And If this is still hard for you, then decrease risk. You can try risking 0.5% or even 0.25% per trade until you start seeing consistency, right? Then obviously it will slowly go up. And once you reach 10K, this is the consistency test, right? So you can start increasing size gradually. So try going around 1% per trade. If you were below that, if you was already at 1%, then you can stay at this. It's perfect. Um, Obviously, try to stay consistent with your progress. And at this point, emotions might start to get into your head. So if it does, decrease risk and adjust based on your results. And once you go to a 100K account, well, this is professional psychology, right? This is the hard part because now it's no longer about hype, right? It's about executing flawlessly, preserving capital, and managing size. So more money, more pressure, and that's why you need to scale gradually, right? If you trade emotionally with 1K, imagine with 100K, all right? You'll blow up your account in seconds. So, chapter number 6, trading mindset, the final edge, right? You will never outperform your mindset. Even with the perfect setup, if you hesitate, overtrade, revenge trade, then you'll end up losing, right? The best trader I know, they trade like robots. They detach completely from the outcome and they focus on executions, not results. So start journaling, write how you felt before, during, and after a trade. You can include your emotions in your trading journal so it helps you understand how you see the process, how you react to actually taking trades, right? Surround yourself with serious traders, right? This isn't a game, obviously. That's why I'm inside my community every day because I know how hard it is to stay consistent alone, right? Finally, your next step. If you've watched this far, you're not just another random trader looking to get rich overnight. You understand the real process, right? You're someone who actually wants to succeed, and now you know what it takes. You can take what I just gave out to you and figure it out on your own. Or if you want to shortcut years of struggle, if you want support, guidance, and my full trading system, you can join my free Discord right now. Inside, I'll help you apply everything from this video, track your progress, get feedbacks on your trades, access my full mentorship if you're ready only, right? So the link is in the description. Let's get to work. And as always, guys, lock in, stay disciplined, and I'll see you in the next one.